Hey guys, this is Jughead82, and this is a video response to Tomothy81. Tomothy81 is a really cool guy, and he has a great channel. I know majority of you guys are subscribed to him because he's gonna hit that big 1,000 subscribers, and I'm so happy for you, brother. Much respect. He did a video response about Christmas. It's kind of like a related to video games. Some of your fondest moments of receiving games for Christmas, and I can go all the way back to my first system, which was not on Christmas, but I got my first system on my birthday, and it was my Nintendo, the original, back in 1990. I remember we always wanted a Nintendo ever since I was younger, even before that particular time, because Nintendo had been out for about 5 years, and didn't have the money, so when we finally got it, it was like, wow, we have a Nintendo. And I remember playing Mario every day, and we played Mario a lot because we had the little Mario and Duck Hunt, so we played both of them back and forth. And the first game I got other than Mario, I believe, was the original The Legend of Zelda. Not the gold card, just the gray card, but still a fun game. I had tons of memories. I can remember playing Gauntlet, which was also a real good one. Section Z, which was a real good one, even though I never really beat it. Maniac Mansion, which was it was a good one also. The couple of games that were really weird were Friday the 13th. That was it was kind of scary though, as a kid, because I remember watching the movies, and it had a little of that feel to it, but still a really tricky game, especially when you got into like certain houses. They had like a 3D effect, but for me, I got lost all the time. I mean, I was going like this way, that way, and I was like, where am I at? I don't know where I'm at. So I was pretty much lost on that particular game. But like I say, the first Final Fantasy, I remember we had that, and Final Fantasy 2. And my mom liked it, really did like the Final Fantasy games. I wasn't too much into that whole RPG feel like thing, but I still had a little enjoyment out of the games. The next system I received, and this one actually I did receive for Christmas, was a Super Nintendo, and that was in '93. I was kind of late getting all my systems, if you think about it. In '93, we had a Super Nintendo, and Super Mario World was. So it's one of those games that could be up to the top, echelon of games, because Super Mario World was really fun. It had everything. It was like a big improvement over the originals. It improved on a whole lot of effects from their Super Mario Bros. 3 game. And then of course, when they brought in Yoshi, I just like the whole Yoshi concept of, you riding Yoshi. Well, that was also a really good game also. And a couple of games I remember playing on Super Nintendo was, believe it or not, it was a movie game I liked playing on Super Nintendo. Judge Dredd was a really good game. Another game I can remember, Final Fantasy. I think I'm trying to remember what sequel it was, but it was one of the Final Fantasy games. I do remember we played that. And The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And what was the other one? Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Hard ass game, but still a fun game. We played that hours in, and the only reason we played it because we was trying it so hard to get off the second board. But I need to probably try to get that game back and see if I can beat it. It was like, really good games that I played on. And I can remember also, like, every time we got systems, me and my brother, because they were for me and him, and we would kind of like, when our mom and dad left the house, we would kind of like do stuff like bump into the present a little bit, kind of make a little tear in the present, just to get an idea. Because I mean, for the Super Nintendo, we bumped it and we did it some way where it got a little tear in it, and super sorry about it. It did a little tear, and we was like, hey, wait a minute, that's a Super Nintendo. So we got ready to, pop that in and play some of that. We kind of already knew what we was getting for the Super Nintendo. Later on, like I said, each year it was like, I think, 94 was the Sega Genesis, and we already had the Super Nintendo, but we played the Sega Genesis, but not as much as we played the Super Nintendo. The games I really played a lot on the Sega Genesis was Sonic the Hedgehog, all the Sonic the Hedgehog games. Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic Spinball. And, it was another game called X Mutants. If any of you guys remember X Mutants, it was like X-Men a rip-off of X-Men. Played that. Eternal Champions was also another one. Columns 1, 2, and 3. Those were some games that I loved playing on the Sega Genesis as well. We played, I remember, like I said, we played Zombies Ate My Neighbors was a good one. I forgot which World of Illusion. It was a Mickey Mouse game we had that I remember having a lot of fun playing. And 95 hit. We didn't get a console. We got a handheld. We got a Game Boy, and that was my first handheld. Well, it wasn't my first handheld. We had those Tiger games. Y'all guys remember those Tiger games? We used to get them all the time. They were alright games. Then 96 PlayStation 1. I got 3 games on Christmas for the PlayStation 1. Crash Bandicoot, In Your House, and I believe it was, Space Jam. And like Space Jam, yeah, Space Jam was a pretty good game. I liked it. You could pick any of the Looney Tunes characters, and you can go against the monsters. So that was a real good one also. Once again, somehow somebody bumped it, and they saw that it was a PlayStation. But those were some really great times, and after that, it's mostly just getting games and stuff every Christmas after that. My mom got a Nintendo 64 like in 97, so that really wasn't mine. So, but we got PlayStation games every year following that, and and maybe little add-ons here and there. But like I said, Christmas for me back in the day was like really, really great. It was more of family and more oriented. And looking back, I understand now that it wasn't always about what you received, but it was just that whole thing of being around people you loved and you cared about. But Tomty81 is a really cool guy. Like I said, guys, if you haven't checked out his channel, please do so. This is like some memories of the games I've bought, and things that the mischief I did and all that. But this is Jughead82 signing off.